What's up, guys? It's Ryan and Crystal's Reviews, and happy Sunday, everybody. It is the Sunday preview show. So we're going to get into it. We're going to take a look at the previews website, see what's coming up this week. We'll take a look at the DC side as well, and hopefully there'll be some good books coming up this week. I believe there is. What are you guys excited for?
Okay, let's take a look and see what we got here. So first up is the Image Comics section. So we're going to view all. We got Ant number 12. I don't really know much about this series. I do know that it was originally, I think like issue 13 was a long time ago, like 12 or 13 years ago or something like 14 years. It says after 14 years after its previous issue was published, Ant returns for Volume 1's awe-inspiring conclusion. This special one-shot both wraps up the story already begun by series creator Mario Gulli and serves as a completely self-contained introduction to Ant by superstar creator Erik Larsen. So Erik Larsen is on Savage Dragon, of course. So I don't really know much about this series. I'm thinking about picking this one up just to try it out. I like that B cover. So probably pick that one up. And then we've got Birthright number 50. I don't read that one. Die 17. I don't read that. Geiger number 3. I've heard some good things about Geiger. I just haven't really got into that one yet. So I don't know if I will. Probably won't be picking that up this week until maybe you hear a little more about it and see if it's continuing to be pretty a good series. And you can see here we've got a couple other books. Good Asian number 2 of 9. There's looks like Hey Kids Comics Volume 2. You can kind of see the rest of them here. 6 Sidekicks of Trigger Keaton. That's a mouthful. A couple books there, a couple variant covers on that one. So we're going to go down here to the Dark Horse section. So you've got Black Hammer Visions number 5. I read Black Hammer years ago. It was just okay for me. Won't be picking that up. I don't really read a lot of Dark Horse stuff. So none of these books really look that appealing to me. Now, if there's something here that you guys are seeing that you all read, you think maybe I should check it out, let me know in the comments below. Then we've got IDW. So we've got Canto 2. That's a trade paperback. Got G.I. Joe, Real American Hero, number 282. I haven't read G.I. Joe in a while. Probably won't be picking that up. It's got a variant there with it. And you got a Godzilla trade paperback. Sonic the Hedgehog, number 40. Don't read that. Turtles, ongoing, 117. I haven't read. I take that back. I've read a couple issues of that back years ago. Like I said, I haven't really been hitting that book at all either. Probably won't pick that book up. I don't really know much about the story, so I don't really know what would be a good jumping on point. So I'll probably leave that one on the shelf this week. Then we got Transformers Annual 2021. So now we go down to Marvel Comics. Click view all. So we've got Amazing Spider-Man 68. This continues the Chameleon Conspiracy. This is the second part. Spider-Man aims to get to the bottom of Chameleon's plan, but the Foreigner takes his own aim. So you see the cover there a little better. It's a pretty cool cover. And you got a variant here. It's a pretty cool variant with Taskmaster on there. It's the Sinister Villains Spider-Man variant. That's a cool variant. I like both those covers. I'll be picking that one up. You got a second printing of Beta Ray Bill number 2. You got a second printing of Black Widow number 6. And then we've got Children of the Atom number 4, and there's two covers. You got a variant cover there. I like the variant a little bit better than I like the normal cover. So this continues the Hellfire Gala saga storyline. So I'll definitely be picking that up as after reading Marauders and I think it was it X-Force was the other book this week. Kind of liking that story so far, so I'll be picking those up. You got Conan the Barbarian number 22. I don't read that one. And then Excalibur 21, that continues the Hellfire Gala storyline, so we'll be getting that one. Heroes Reborn, we've got a second printing of number 1 and then number 6, which I really like that cover. Probably be picking that up. I don't really know much about that story, as kind of jumping on late, but I'll probably be picking that up. Then we've got Heroes Reborn Nightwind number 1. Probably pick that up. It's kind of interesting, and she, from my understanding, is she's kind of more of like a Batman style figure, so that's going to be kind of cool to see. A couple trades there for Hulk, and then we've got Iron Man number 9. Alex Ross is beautiful, beautiful cover. The origin of Korvac. Let's take a look at that one. So, after discovering the strange new sensation of self-doubt, Korvac and his crew take a detour into deep space to search for an unlikely ally. But conversion can often be difficult, and soon Korvac is left wondering if he'll ever have any followers born from faith rather than fear. So, it's a great cover. Love that cover. I'll probably be picking that one up this week. Hopefully it's a good issue. Haven't read Iron Man in a while. And a couple trades, and then we got Spider-Man Spider Shadow number 3 of 5. I don't read that, so I don't really know much about it. And then we've got the Star Wars Bounty Hunters. We've got Star Wars Bounty Hunters number 13. I have not read any Star Wars books, and I love Star Wars, but for some reason the Star Wars comics has always been something I just can't quite get into. Then we've got Strange Academy number 11, another book I have not read. Probably will not be picking that up. I've heard good things about it, but I don't really know much about it. So, if y'all think I should be reading it, let me know in the comments. We got a second printing of the Marvels number 1. And then we've got a second printing of Venom 34. Got Web of Spider-Man number 1 of 5. Let's check this out and see what we got. Peter Parker, Spider-Man, Scientist, Troublemaker. Thanks to none other than Tony Stark, a new scientific research station for the teenage heroes of the Marvel Universe has just been completed. And Spider-Man just got an invitation to join, working alongside some of your favorite faces from the MU and a whole bunch of awesome new gadgets, and with Iron Man keeping an eye on them, surely everything is going to go great for the heroes, right? Right? Face front, true believers, and treat yourself to this first issue in an adventure of the Worldwide Engineering Brigade. So, that Worldwide Engineering Brigade is Webb, and I don't know, probably most of you saw the video this week of the debut of the Avengers compound out at Disneyland, and Webb is very well represented in those rides and in that theme park. So I have a feeling that's kind of where this is going, kind of playing with that a little bit. So it might be a good read. I don't know. That'll probably be a game time decision whether or not I pick that one up. And then we've got X-Men 21, which is the Hellfire Gala, continuing that storyline. We've got four covers for this one. I like that cover. That's a good cover with Mystique. I really like this cover, though, with the Spider-Man villains variant cover. That looks really good. That's probably the one I'm going to try to pick up. And then we've got the character design one, which I think they do that with just about every one of the Hellfire Gala books. I mean, we go back up here to, I'm pretty sure Excalibur had one with it. Yeah. They didn't have one with Children of the Atom, though, but they do have one with Excalibur 21. So, okay. So next up is the Dynamite books, and then we've got Dynamite Lives number 1, and then you've got a whole bunch of covers, as Dynamite always does, and obviously that's the one I'm going for right there, the Linsner variant. But all these covers look pretty good. Anytime you got, I mean, I'm a huge fan of Ash Williams and Evil Dead, so anytime that he's involved, and so that's pretty much a given for me. And you got a whole bunch. You got a blank cover. You got a couple virgin copies. You got a bonus here. Vampirella without her hair. I think she lost her hair in the first run, or the first storyline. And then we go James Bond, Agent of Spectre number 4. I haven't really read any Bond stories now for a while. They were good when they first came out, and then they got kind of stale for me a little bit. We got Red Sonja number 27. These are a couple Virgin covers. And then you've got the Red Sonja 1982 one-shot. So you've got 4 covers. Probably won't be picking that up. I didn't really like. I read the Vampirella 1992 book this week. Did not like it one bit. I just hated it, and it didn't even. I didn't even show it on my top 10 because it didn't even come close to that. It would have been definitely a big miss. You got a couple Virgin covers for Sacred 6, Sonya Versal number 4, and then we go into Vampirella versus Purgatory number 4. Probably won't be picking this one up. If I do, I'll probably get this cover, and then just for the cover, probably won't read it. I read that book. I think that's the second volume of that book, maybe that these two have been involved, and the first one wasn't all that great. So probably won't be picking that up. Then we drop down to Boom Studios. So we've got Dune. I don't know how to say that. So we've got second printings of. We actually got a fourth printing of 1, and then third printing of 2, and then second printings of 3 and 4. We've got Eve number 1 of 5 second printing, and then we go into Eve number 2 of 5. I have no idea about that book. I don't read it. Magic the Gathering number 3. Don't read that. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers number 8. Don't read it. ORCS 5 of 6. Don't read that. I guess that could be called Orcs. I don't know. That just goes to show you I don't read it. Proctor Valley Road number 4. Don't read that. And then we got Something Is Killing the Children. We got a volume 3 trade paperback. A WYND number 7. And then there's a variant there. And then that's it for the main books. We still got to go through the DC, but we're just going to drop down here to the comics and graphic novels. So you've got a bunch of kind of what I would call more of the independent. You got Archie here, Baby Teeth. I don't know anything about any of these books. Black Cotton, Bunny Mask number 1. Now this book, I am going to be picking this book up. This sounds like an interesting story. I think this might be a good book to spec on too for a potential movie. A new horror series from the creator of the Eisner-nominated Colder. Sealed in a cave before the dawn of man, released by a crazed madman, Bunny Mask walks our world once more. But for what dark purpose does she use her unnatural powers? And what's her connection to B. Foster, a young girl murdered by her father 14 years ago? In order to save his life and his sanity, one man will have to discover the truth of what waits behind the mask. So you've got writer Paul Tobin, artist Andrea Muddy. Unleash an eons-old legend upon an unsuspecting world, one that'll make your most horrific nightmare feel like a walk in the park. So that's kind of, I think it's going to be kind of like more of like a zombie-style book, but it could be a good book to spec on. Zombies are obviously always the rage, it seems like right now in movies. So we go through here a couple second printings of stuff. Cherry Blackbird number 1, I don't know anything about. A bunch of trade paperbacks. Death by Life number 2 of 8. Just kind of some random stuff here. Dual Identity number 3. That's from Absolute Comics Group. I don't know anything about that. Artemis returns home to the life of a celebrity as Andromeda, the world's first superhero, but she quickly discovers she's not alone with it. When a young, powered girl approaches her for help, she goes by the moniker White Widow. This is the other side perspective to the massively popular White Widow, number 3, 4 crossover event, the super popular crossover event that introduced dual identity to the world through the number 1 hit indie comic, The White Widow, continues here. White Widow writer and artist take over the creative team. So I have heard of White Widow. I've never read any of it, but I have heard of the book, and it looks like this is kind of tied into that. You got a couple covers here. I think that's White Widow on that cover. Yeah, I believe that. I believe that's her. I'm not sure. Like I said, I've heard of it. I haven't read any of the series. So you got another variant here. So just kind of scrolling down here, you got some Zenoscope Entertainment. You got Grim Hercules Pain versus Scorpion Queen. That looks to be like a one-shot. Horror Comics number 4. Not a whole lot. Manic of New York number 5. I really don't know anything about any of these titles. So some of these could be great titles that I'm just missing out on. So like I've said before, let me know. Maybe there's some stuff in here that's really good that I'm just missing out on. So I think that's just about it. Yeah, that's just about it. Okay, so let's hop over to DC. Let's see what we got on the DC side. So we've got American Vampire 1976, number 9 of 10. You got a variant there. We've got Aquaman Deep Dives, trade paperback. Batman and Scooby-Doo Mysteries, number 3 of 12. We got an Earth 1 variant. Batman Fortnite 0 Point, number 1, third printing. And then number 4, second printing. So I think number 4 was the one that came out last week. And then Batman, which I was able to... I don't read that one, but I heard that book was pretty hard to find when it first came out. And pretty much I've been able to find that book in every store now. So the excitement could be wearing off that title a little bit. So we got Batman the Detective, number 3 of 6, with a variant, the cardstock variant, which will run you $1 more. Batman Urban Legends number 4 with a variant. That's a neat variant. That variant there is really nice. That's the cardstock one. And then there's another variant there. So there's a C cover to that book. And we got Challenge of the Super Sons number 3 with a cardstock variant. DC Comics Generations hardcover. DC Pride number 1, one shot. That's a Jim Lee cover. Always love Jim Lee covers. Probably will not be picking that one up. And then you got a variant with it. And we've got Detective Comics number 1037. I'm really enjoying the Detective Comics so far, so that's an easy pickup. The cardstock variant looks pretty cool, but honestly, I'm thinking I'm going to go with this one, the regular one. I kind of like that regular cover just a little bit better, but the cardstock one is nice too. Far Sector number 12 of 12, and then you got the variant, cardstock variant. So that is that's a Green Lantern's title. Future State Gotham number 2 with a variant. And we got Joker number 4. The Joker is a series. I have not read any of the Joker books. I hear they're phenomenal. But I just haven't read any. So I may think about checking that one out. Not sure yet. Got a couple variants there. And then we got Justice League Last Ride, number 2 with a variant. I will be picking that one up because I like this Justice League better than I like the normal Justice League run. I can't really get into that one. This is a little more what I would consider to be the classic team. Justice League needs to prevent galactic upheaval by protecting a ruthless killer, and the only way to do that is to visit the scene of their greatest failure. But can Superman ignore the ghosts of the past to do what's needed? And I know if you look forward a little bit, you see that Martian Manhunter is going to be involved, but we're not really sure why yet because he's supposedly dead. But we'll just leave that for when that happens. So we got Mad Magazine number 12, Rorschach number 9 of 12. So that book's getting towards its end. I have not read any of those. I've heard those are I've heard that book's been fairly solid. We've got Sweet Tooth, which is a trade paperback. Tales from the DC Dark Multiverse, that's trade. We got Wonder Woman 773, so we've got 3 covers. I like the cardstock variant, but I kind of like the regular cover a little bit better, a little more going on with it. The Pride cardstock one's not too bad either, honestly. So I'll be picking that book up. Just not sure what cover I'm going to get. Probably get the regular cover. I kind of like that one. I think I like that one better. So that is it for this week. Let me know down in the comments what you all are looking at. Maybe picking up. I'm probably going to be up between 10 and 15 books this week, it looks like. There's some really good stuff coming out this week. So hopefully it will be good. You know, nothing worse than being excited for something and getting it home and cracking it open and the book just isn't that good. So hopefully that doesn't happen. We appreciate y'all watching. Thanks for watching the preview show. And I will see you all hopefully on Wednesday for a new comic book day for the Comic Haul. We'll see you then, guys. Thanks.